after our grandfathers. So it is actually an old building that has been restored, renovated, and it is now a beautiful and very well known restaurant in this city. So you will have a special seated meal with lots of appetizers on the table, and they will serve the main dish, which is chicken with lemon, I think, or with thyme. You will love this place. After that we will head to Mount Nebo, the memorial of Moses, the highlight of the day, where we visit the monastery of the memorial of Moses, now under the Franciscans. Did great work to preserve it. You see the most beautiful mosaics from the 6th century AD at that mountain. This city is full of mosaics, that's why we call it the city of mosaics. Madaba and mountain. So if you look to your left now, you can see an old church. This is a roof that protects a huge mosaic floor. It's called the Church of the Apostles. Now this is the mosaic. Inside the Greek Orthodox, that one. Orthodox Church. After that, we will walk back here we will take our bus to Mount. Okay? Okay. We can walk back here.
Get our take the bus.
Stand there by the sycamore tree. This is the sycamore tree for Zacchaeus.
What was the floor of a Byzantine church from the 6th century after Christ. The importance of this one is that it was to represent a map for the Holy Land. So we call it the Holy Map, the Holy Land map in Madab, of Madaba. It's the oldest map that for this region that still exists in the whole world. And it was made from mosaic stones. So you see the modern church of St. George, this is modern, but it's about 130 years old.
130?
Yes, this building. It was built on top of the ruins of the Byzantine church from the 6th century AD. And the same orientation, when you go into an Eastern church, as we said, for some of you in Petra, and also back to the church, all Eastern churches and Catholic churches up until like 100 years ago, they used to have them oriented from the east, from the west to the east. So you enter the church facing east, not Jerusalem. Jerusalem from here is west, but you face east as theological direction. That's where the Son of Man is expected in his second coming, like the sun rises. The Garden of Eden in Genesis is said to be east of paradise. So everything good comes from the east in theology. Like the new light, the light of the world. He is the light of the world. So people are facing east to watch this happening on the altar, and the direction of the east is important theologically speaking because of this. So the map that was put inside the church is also oriented to the east, unlike the maps we have today, which are oriented north, right? The one that we know. Now we can move our maps wherever we want, right? With the GPS. But this map, this is what you will see on the ground in front of you. Facing east, you will be able to read this because the map is oriented to the east with the church. And it used to cover the whole width of this church, and about 5.5 meters. That's like 16 feet from east to west. So a total area of 90 square meters. Unfortunately, we lost. What we have now is 1/3 of the original map, but fortunately, we have major places in the Holy Land still there, including Jerusalem, which we call it the heart of the Holy Land, of course, the heart of the Tierra Santa, the heart of our faith, and that's number one in this. So everything around it is called the Holy Land. And this is part of the Holy Land. You will see that old Jordan is part of the Holy Land. This is the valley we stopped to see, the Grand Canyon. You see the Armen. There's another one, we call it the Senate. We call it Greek, the right. Karak. You can read here the word Moab. Karak of Moab. This is a major city today in Jordan. North from here, Madaba and Mount Nebo are in this area, which is a destroyed area now. You see it in the white areas here. They're destroyed areas, unfortunately, because of earthquakes, because of people. Also, before the building of this church, messing with it. And fortunately, we have the other parts. So the map in its original size used to host, we believe, about 2 million stones of mosaic. These are all colored small stones, like mosaic, you will see inside. What we have today is between 600 to 700,000. That's based on estimations, of course. They take like a sample area and count how many, and they can get an estimate. The Dead Sea is number 3 on the map. The Jordan River flows from the north to the south. You will see the Jordan River flowing to the Dead Sea. So if this is the orientation of the church, guys, west to east, that's north, this is south. You go inside, looking to the south of the map on the ground, you will see Egypt. It will be on your right, like it is here. The Nile of Egypt. Number 8 is Mount Sinai, where Moses had the burning bush account and the 10 Commandments. You know, near that. And he came out this way to end the Exodus journey to the Holy Land. He passed these mountains here. We believe Petra was represented here, the mountains of Petra. And then he made this detour around. And he was not allowed on the King's Highway. He arrived to this area where he fought with the king of the Amorites. I will show you where later today. And then he came to Mount Nebo where he died. We will go there after this. Then Joshua led his people this way to cross the Jordan River toward the city of Jericho, number 5. It's called the city of palm trees in the Bible. It's still famous for palms now. And then they entered Jericho, as you all know, in the book of Joshua. This is Jerusalem, and when you go there, you will be seeing these gates, like this gate here. It's Damascus Gate. You will be using this gate to the west, which is called Jaffa Gate. The Cardo Maximus in Jerusalem, the main paved street, and in the middle of it, there's the Holy Sepulchre, this church here. It's like a building with a cross, you see it? This is the Holy Sepulchre, and the church beside it is you call it the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, we call it the Resurrection Church. The Anastasis. Anastasis means resurrection, and inside it is the Holy Sepulchre in Jerusalem. So you will pass that, I'm sure you will go there. At the end we have the church on top of Mount Zion, which is where the upper room is in Jerusalem. So Jerusalem is represented on the map. Bethlehem, you can read it here, a little bit of it. Yeah. Number 2, the tribes of Israel were represented on the map. You can read Judah or Judea here. The last letters of Dan. Here we have the last letters of Ephraim. Simon or Simon. So the importance of this church. Sorry?
Where on the map are we?
We are in this destroyed city, but we believe Madaba was represented on the map in a bigger scale, in a big scale, because being the home of this name, and maybe the size of Jerusalem. Look at the size of Gaza. The last letters of Gaza. It's a big port now, Palestinian city. You hear it in the news, maybe Gaza, Gaza. It was a big Christian city back then. You can see the last 2 letters.
Yes.
And see the size. This is half the city, so it would be like this size. So big cities like Jerusalem. Maybe Madaba was the same size. Inside the church, you can take a look around you. Beautiful icons, many of them made from mosaics. In workshop in Madaba here today. So not ancient mosaics on the walls are modern. The ancient part is the floor. It's on the original place, which is the floor. Okay? You can take photos inside. Once you go inside, on the right you will see the beautiful icon of St. George fighting the dragon, killing the dragon. Because this is called St. George's Church. It's a Greek Orthodox church, an active church, still for the local community, and an old church in the town. So enjoy it. Let's meet here after like 15 minutes.
What time?
In 15 minutes, what time?
So what time, Don?
So 3:35, 3:50, okay? Church of St. George, if you notice, in the icons inside, many of the icons, the big ones, they represent sceneries from the Bible. You saw, and I showed some of you the icon of the resurrection, entry to Jerusalem, the raising of Lazarus, yes, the Lazarus, teaching in the synagogue, the presentation of the baby Jesus, all of these. They are sceneries from the Bible. And you can, in the Eastern Church, and I'm studying this subject now, they don't say we are painting icons. They use the term writing icons. Writing icons. So when you look at these icons, you are reading icons in a way. And if you look at icons from that point of view, you may accept it more. We usually don't. Some Christians don't like to see icons, but if you look at it as a way of reaching people back in the centuries ago, when people didn't have, were not lucky to have Bibles, or they were not lucky to be educated to read and write, this was a way of reading and reaching people by looking at these icons. If you look at the entry to Jerusalem, for example, you will see how Jesus is riding on a donkey, his disciples behind him. Even their expressions on the faces tell something. They are afraid. At the same time, Jesus is seeing the crowd welcoming him, but his face looks like he knew what's coming. And the crowds are waiting for him. And they said to him, ask your disciples to be silent. Ask this crowd to be silent. And he said, if they are silent, these rocks will cry out. And I tell you this because you are going to visit many places in the Holy Land, which is, this is just another church, just another stone, just another church. But think of these stones as they are crying out what happened there. These places that you visit, you read about in the Bible, you visit now, they are real places. They are not just stories in the Bible. They are real places, especially those around Jerusalem when they are going. So, if you are looking at icons, there are some symbols, in it, even the colors have symbolism. But see all the saints, let's say, of the New Testament, the disciples, the evangelists, they have halos around their heads, which is usually golden color or white, yellowish color, which represent the light. They have the light behind, inside them. They have the light around their head, the light of the Lord. He is the light of the world. And the only one that has a cross appearing behind his head, inside the halo, it's like three sides of the cross appearing behind his head, is Jesus. So when you see a halo with three sides of the cross behind, that's Jesus, either baby or grown up. And usually three letters are written on the three sides, if you notice also on some of them. The Omicron, the Omega, and the Tau, and the three letters, they go for I am the one, or I am who I am. These are the letters that, or the words that Moses heard from God when he asked him on the Mount Sinai, when he had the burning bush. When I go back to my people, what shall I tell my people? What's the name of my God? He told him, I am the one, or I am the one, I am who I am. These are the letters reminding us of that Jesus is the one. He is the Lord. So, interesting also to see his hand sometimes. See the hand of Jesus pointing sometimes with two fingers. That's the divine and the human nature. He's pointing sometimes with his three fingers. And that's the Trinity. But usually you see him and some other saints doing like this, which is used in the Eastern Church when they do cross sign like this. This is standing like an I. This one is like a C. These two are forming an X. At the same time, they form another C. And this finger is either standing or like C, another C. So I C X C. I C X C. You usually find these letters on top of the head of Jesus. 2 letters on this side, 2 letters on that side. I C X C, which are the first and last letters of Jesus, Christos, Christ. First and last letters of Jesus, first and last letter of Christ, Jesus Christ. It's the name Jesus Christ on top of his head. So ICXC, this symbol. See, like most in Eastern Church, like the one we've been through, it's an Orthodox Eastern Church.
Oh, it sure is.
There he is. That's pretty too. In the wild. Kind of a purple. I have a piece of jewelry, and it's the color of it is called black.
Oh, really? It's a flower.
It's a blue black. That's got more purple. That's just the dark. Oh yeah.
Oh, it sure is.
There he is. That's pretty too. In the wild. Kind of a purple. I have a piece of jewelry, and it's the color of it is called black.
Oh, really? It's a flower.
It's a blue black. That's got more purple. That's just the dark of the.
And this artwork as well. They were made in the year 1999 to celebrate the new millennium at that time, which is the year 2000. And we were expecting a visit in March 2000, a visit of the late Pope John Paul II. It was an important visit to the country at that time. And he came to Mount Nebo, so they made this pavement and the artwork here. They also recorded his name over there. See, John Paul II. And the date of his visit, it was XX, the 20th of March 2000, and 2 millennium. So that's like last month of the year 2000, March. And it was lots of, journalists and big event in Jordan with that famous Pope. We have Pope Francis also coming. That goes like V-shape from it on both sides. Can you see that?
Yes.
It's actually designed to look like a long skeleton of a fish. See, the head of the fish is where we are now. And the tail of the fish is at the gate where I gave you the ticket. And usually the fish symbol is used in Christianity, in the early Christianity, as a symbol for Christians. The iktos, symbol. And that's before the Christians were allowed actually to use crosses. During the Roman persecution, the first 300 years were not very easy on early Christians. And we have a church beside my home. It's a Catholic church. They call it the Martyrs of Jordan, dedicated to all those who died during that period for the faith. So the cross, the fish was always represented in the Christian art Until today, you may see this sign on cars. And,
Yeah.
Fish
We
of
used to
Christ.
have one on
Ichthos is five letters in Greek. Ichthos. And these 5 letters, the early Christians said, okay, well, they are the initials of 5 words. If we put it together, this is our faith. Jesus Christos, Theos Eos Zatur. Jesus Christ, God's Son, Savior. It's simply the Christian faith. And that's how we adopted the fish. Besides, the fish is a very sacred creature, or blessed, let's say, creature, being used by Jesus to feed the thousands. It was a symbol used before Christianity, but when it was used by Jesus to feed the thousands, it's like it's a symbol that became very famous in Christianity. So this artwork was made by an Italian artist, and it was designed. Maybe I don't know if you can see. There's something like a book standing, and its cover is torn apart. And you see the pages. These slices are the pages of the book. The more you get maybe back, you will see that there's the sun, actually. But you don't only see the pages, but you see there's a story inside the pages, with the faces, the tired faces, tired after the long journey, the Exodus journey, which represents the journey of any human seeking to find his promised land, to find God. Our kingdom of heaven is, Jesus told us, it's not from this planet, right? It's not from here. It's up there, where we meet God face to face. So that's the promised land. And that's when you seek Jesus, seek God, He's sending prophets. Maybe that's the face of Moses, sending prophets to humans. And then He had to come to be on the cross and to save people. That's on the top right, something like, well, you have to use your imagination. Something like the body of Jesus, the half of him, without the hands, just the shoulders, half of his face. It's actually a book that is called the Book of the Love of God, and the title is on the back. I'll show it to you. The Book of the Love of God, and it says here, Unos Dios, one God, Pater Omnium, Father of all, Super Omnius, who is above all. One God, Father of all, who is above all. This is St. Paul to the Ephesians. And that's chapter 4. Okay, this way. Locals who help the Franciscans here. It's a Muslim family that still help the Franciscans in the tickets. You will see some of them here. And they live together, peacefully here. They used to have the land here, their grandfathers, and they still involved in keeping the place here. Okay, this way. And that's a tomb, actually a door system, the rolling stone that has a track to be rolled in, and you will see one in the garden tomb around Jerusalem, or you will see the tomb. The stone is not there, but it's the same size of this one. Usually for tombs we have smaller size stones. This is big, and we believe, as the sign says there, it's a door of a monastery, like a gate for a monastery. But also tombs, this is the type of doors you expect for that period, the period of Jesus' tomb. Behind this will be a cave, a door carved in the cave, carved in the mountain. From this side, you see there's a track, and they put some stones on there, huge stones. So this stone can be rolled within the groove that is between the cave, the mountainside, and between this track that you see here. Now, this track is not straight. It will be inclined. So you just roll the stone down, close the door, push it. But when you want to open it, you need to get some help. Open it. And one of the icons of the resurrection icon in the Eastern Church, you will find the door rolled, and there's an empty door behind it. and there's an angel sitting on the door, and the bear carrying woman, the mare carrying woman, the woman carrying the mare bearing woman. They come and they are surprised. It's like the angel is telling them, why are you searching for the living among the dead? He is risen, he is truly risen, which is we will use next week or 2 weeks from now. So this was found up there in that chest by Father Fitzgerald. Actually, he saw it with the locals, and he decided immediately to bring it here. Because he knew otherwise it would end up like small stones for a penny. So he protected it and bring it. This is Byzantine, they think about 1500. Stay for overnight, right? And it's very hard to reach here. So yes, you have accommodation with the monks. The tradition was they hosted for a certain period of time without any cost. And if you want to stay longer, you have to help. The garden, the dishes, whatever. So you help them in the life, serving other pilgrims. That's how pilgrims used to travel at that time. Many of them left their writings, and important writings. One of them actually mentioned about Nebo here is Peter the Iberian, 5th century AD. He said this is a place of healing for both the bodies and the soul. 500 AD. Okay, let's go there and see the view. Don't want us to see the view, and then we will have a talk with you now. That's windy. So Jerusalem will be in that direction. I'm trying to point the direction because we can't see anything obviously as far as Jerusalem. See the edge of the mountains far away. Behind it is the water of the sea. We can see the water literally, the blue waters of the sea. Behind it, you see the mountains. mosaic teachers in this region, in the area of Mount Nebo. And he's happy to give you an idea about the work and the different techniques. So it's all yours.
Okay, you're most welcome. How are you? Good?
Thank you.
Okay, my friends, first of all, I would like to welcome to you in our handicap center. And as you see, we are specialized in mosaic. And if you don't mind, I will be more than happy to give you an idea about our work, about the techniques, and about the steps, and about the methods of how we make beautiful pieces of mosaic. And if you have any questions during the explanation, I will be more than happy to answer to all of your questions. Now, how we make mosaic? يا حبيبي غير مسك الباب بس. How we make mosaic? First of all, we choose an image which exists in all churches or all the places of Jordan, which has a meaning, like this beautiful design, which represents tree of life with the animals. After that, after we choose an image, we bring a flat board, cover it with a cloth, then we copy the image on the cloth. So the first step, we choose an image. The second step, we copy the image on the cloth. The third step, which is the most important step, and keep it in mind please, that all of the color of the stones that we use it are natural colors of stones, my friends. All of them are natural colors of stones. But when we bring, thank you. But when we bring the stones from the mountains, usually we take them and we bring them as big pieces. We have downstairs cut machine to cut big pieces of stones to these shapes to be very easy for us to use it and to cut them. Then by clipper, by a special cutter for hand, for mosaic, we cut these stones to small pieces, so tiny little pieces of stones as you see here. Picked up by a tweezer, put little bit of glue, then we stick them on the cloth. Thank you. The glue that we use it to stick stones on the cloth, this white glue, you know what is this? No.
Gorilla glue.
It's wheat flour. Yes. And we use it to stick stones on the cloth, not forever, just for a period of time. But why is that? Why we use wheat flour as a glue? Because, before to give you the answer, we try to touch this piece, please, my friend. You will see how it's uneven, is it? Or try to touch that piece of mosaic. Rough, right. Okay, my friends. Tell me, is it smooth or rough?
Rough.
Why it's rough? Different heights. Make the surface uneven. And why we use wheat flour as a glue? Because this is the back side of the piece. And our work is upside down work. But why is that? Why our work is an upside down work? Because when we finish our work, we need mosaic piece which is surface very smooth. So when we end our work, we just bring a frame like this. Then we fill the frame with cement, with white cement. Then we take the piece of mosaic and flip it over into cement. So this part, which is the back side, it will be inlaid by cement. Then we wait a period of time to make sure that all of these stones set into cement 100%. Then what we do, we use hot water. We use very hot water for two reasons. The first reason, to dissolve the glue. The second reason, to take the cloth off. The last step, we take it and we put it outside under the sun for a few days to dry and to stick the stones with cement and to be like one piece. And this is a briefing about the steps of how we make beautiful pieces. Now, how long do you think does it take for us to finish a piece of mosaic? This depends on the size of stones, not the size of the piece. What I mean? Excuse me, sir. Yes, what I mean. Let us compare between these mosaic pieces. Between this one and this one. Both are the same picture. Both are the same pattern. Both are the same tree of life. To finish this one, usually it takes us around 4 weeks. Meanwhile, to finish this one, before to give me the detail, the answer, look at the details. Small. To finish this one, 7 weeks. So how long does it take to finish piece of mosaic? Depends on the size of the stones. And do the same thing. To finish this beautiful tree, do you see this one? To finish this one, usually it takes us around 2 weeks. But I have the same one same design, more details, more than that one, and it takes for me not 2 weeks, 4 weeks. But what is the size of it? This size. This size.
Wow.
It's a real stone.
Wow.
And it's designed to be used as a necklace, as a band.
That's why they're so expensive.
Makes the ones with the gas
Now,
station.
my friends, before to go inside, I'm sorry because we don't have as much artists here, because of the COVID-19. But if you visit us before COVID-19, you will see that we have in this community, we have in this project, 55 artists.
Wow.
And I am proud to say that all of the 55 artists who make mosaics are artisans who suffer from disability, physically. The majority of us using wheelchairs. Some of us are new. And we have 3 artists working with us who were born completely with no arms. They are making beautiful pieces of mosaic by using just their feet.
Whoa.
Okay, where are they? What happened to us? All of them are still working with us, but they're working in their homes. Because of that COVID and because of the number of people who visit us are very, very, very few. Before COVID-19, we receive every day, 900 up to 1,000 visitors. Nowadays, you are the second group for us today. So the number of people who visit us, 30 up to 50 persons, compared with 1,000. So the COVID completely destroyed our project. And why many people visit us? What are the points make us unique? Number one, this is the only project in all of Jordan who has the authority to give you a certified mosaic pieces. When you take any of our work inside, a signature of the artist will be on the back of it. It comes with a certificate about the story, who's the artist, what are the type of stone. This is number one. Number two, which is the most important thing, we have inside the largest mosaic gallery in all of Jordan. And we have thousands of handmade mosaic pieces created by our team. And when you take any of our work inside, there is 60% of the price of the piece of the mosaic will go direct to the artist who make it. 60%. So what we do at the end of the week, we will go to her house or his house, give her the percentage, and tell her to start to make another one. Number three, because it's a non-profit foundation to support us, our government subsidizes us for the shipping. So the cost of the shipping is almost free of charge. The last thing, we can ship within 3 days. The shipment will be in your house. If you like to delay the shipping, yes, we can. The last thing, my friends, the last thing, because we reopened our project again just before a month and a half. We closed for more than 2 years. Because of that, because of any purchase from you to our artists will have a tremendous impact. More than you imagine. You can choose any of our work inside, and there is discount 50% off for all of the mosaic pieces inside. So let's go to the gallery.
Wow.
Then you will take your time to look out. Now, my friend, this is sample of finished pieces of our work. Like this kind of our tables, you can use it outside or inside. You can use it under the sun, under the snow, under the rain. The color will never be changed, will never be faded at all. Because it's just natural colors of stones. Let us say, okay, I like this design, but I don't like the stand of it. I like it with higher stand, lower stand. You can choose any top you like with any stand. And in case of you drop coffee, you drop juice, you drop wine, and you want to clean it, you don't need to use any chemical cleaner. Easy to clean it just with water. Because it's just a stone. Now, when we finish our work, there is a small pieces of stones that we don't need it. We take these stones, then we smash the stones to what? To sand or to powder. Then by using the powder of the stones, just the powder of the stones, and we make mosaic. But mosaic on what? Mosaic on an ostrich egg. On a real ostrich egg. We empty the yolk of the egg, then by using a needle, then we dot it to the egg. It's a real ostrich egg. So it's a dotting word, dot by dot. So we don't waste anything, even the powder. We use it to create this beautiful type of art. My friends, all of the mosaic around us are created by our hands. And as I mentioned in the workshop, there's 50% off. And what you buy, there's 60% will go direct to the artist. My friends, take your time. And if you have any question, you can ask me. You can ask all of our volunteers around us. So take your time and you must.
Hi, how are you? Sir, excuse me.
And we are heading to Amman, our capital city. We will arrive there around the sunset time, which is the time for the Muslims to have the meal, the first meal. So we should have empty streets, which is good to reach the hotel in a good time inside the city. Tomorrow we are planning to take you in a panoramic city tour in Amman. So we go in the bus, show you all these beautiful places. Old Amman, the citadel, passing by the Roman theater, old Philadelphia theater. Remember, Philadelphia was the name of Amman in Jesus' time. And tomorrow we'll talk in details about it. Then we will take you to the modern part of Amman, where sometimes we call it Beverly Hills, the rich part, and your embassy is. Yeah. And then we will drive north from Amman to a city called Jarash, which is about 50 minutes to 1 hour drive. So we will be there maybe around 9:30, 10 o'clock. We will do the tour in Jarash, which is considered as the best example of a Roman city in the whole region. So you will see beautiful ruins of what in Jesus' time these cities were called Gentile communities. They're non-Jewish cities. They are Roman in culture. They had some few Jews living there, but mostly they were pagan Roman. And was one of the cities, Jarash and Amman were one of the cities called, actually two cities called the Decapolis, the 10 cities in the Bible. So we will tour in Jarash and show you the theater, the main streets. It's called the city of 1,000 columns. There's a lot to see in Jarash, but we will make it like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Then we will have lunch for you in Jarash, in one of the restaurants there. Then we will drive to the border, to cross the border tomorrow. So this will be the plan. Crossing the border will be around 2 o'clock afternoon, so you can also meet your guide over there and continue to Beit Sham and the hotel. That's the plan for tomorrow.
Great.